So the problem which was given is related to sequence detection, right?
Yes.
Okay. So sequence detector is one of the maybe the best examples to work with state machines. What was the sequence that is given?
110 6-bit sequence.
Okay, let us say the sequence that is given is something like this. Now you need to detect this sequence. So for sequence detector, in the problem itself, I have given saying that X will be input, which is serially producing these bits, and Y is the output, which need to go high whenever the sequence occurs. Okay. So what you will do, for sequence detector, first you have to actually come out with a state machine. So this is a sequence. It's quite similar to that day we were solving one example that two consecutive rising edges kind of thing. Similar to that, this one it's a little bigger problem.
We have to take 6 flip-flops.
No, not required. See, this is a sequence which is coming. One way of doing it is sequence detector. I mean, this one you won't do. You can do it another way. That as you were guessing that you will take 6 flip-flops, okay, and 6 flip-flop outputs. You directly give it to a comparator and compare the sequence.
Yes.
That is one way of doing it, but that is not the optimal way, because to detect this sequence, I mean, in a state machine point of view, when you have to design, you should not take this 6 flip-flops approach. So what you can do, you will initially, like that day how you are solving, you will be in one state called maybe init state. Okay. So from here you get 0. That means first 0 occurred. Then you go to some state called state 1. That indicates that first bit match is occurred. Then from here, if 1 occurs next, it will go to state 2. From here another 1 occurs. It will go to state 3. Another 0 occurs. It will go to state 4. 0. Okay. Then one more 0 will take you to actually state 5. Then 1 will take you to basically state 6. Now this one, whatever, this is a state where actually final match occurred. So in all the remaining places you will be generating output y is equal to 0, only here y will be 1. Now once you reach this stage, now if you recollect that complete statement I have described saying that overlapping sequences are allowed. So overlapping sequences, it means, see 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, once match occurred, you can count this 0, 1 as a part of next sequence. See, this 0, 1 is there, right? Got it? So in the next, I mean subsequent to this, if you get one more like this, then you can, here also you can declare y is equal to 1. So here also y will be equal to 1, here also y will be equal to 1. So this 0, 1 is an overlap, because see initially 0, 1 is here. So after getting the final one, this part also you are ready to accept as a next case. So there are two possibilities: overlapping allowed, overlapping not allowed. Overlapping allowed means once you reach y is equal to 1, you don't again wait from the first state. You will already consider that you are here. You will wait for the 1. So if you reach actually state 6 now, that means y is equal to 1 now. What you should be waiting for, if you get already, it means you have completed the first 2, that is 0, 1 you completed. If you get the next one as a 1, then directly you will go to here. Got it? Whereas if you get basically 0, gone. Because even you are thinking 0, 1 is a overlapping and continuation, but 0, 1, 1 is what is there, but you got 0 only. Isn't it? That means you are right here only. Only this is match occurred. So it means after this you will, if it is instead of 1, it is 0, then it will go here. So I mean I haven't completely drawn the state diagram. I wanted you to actually solve this. So I have only shown basically 1 cases. You have to work out from here if 0 comes what it happens, etc. Okay. So these now you have to give attempt solving those problems. Okay. So in a lot of books, these kind of sequence detectors are actually discussed.